And welcome back to part 4 of What If Goku had learned to control Oozaru. Last time on the Dragon Ball Z What If, Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Gohan, the entire Z fighters took on the dastardly Majin Buu, resurrected, stronger than ever thanks to absorbing all of enhanced Gohan. The Gohan we had in here was much stronger in canon than he wasn't, or was much stronger than he was in canon. So the Buu we got was much stronger overall. But Vegeta tried his best with his newly acquired Super Saiyan 3, but quickly found that he could not muster up the strength. However, Goku quickly showed Vegeta and Buu what for by going Super Saiyan 4 and obliterating the pink menace. So basically, we'll be cut now to the beginning of Super. Beerus wakes up, hears from Whis that Frieza was killed by Goku. Goku shows off Oozaru, and he's like, Super Saiyan God, yes, goes to talk to King Kai about it. No, doesn't learn anything about that. And that's an interesting commercial. Anyway, sorry, I just like I was trying. It's a Looney Tune game, but they're like CGI'd kind of. What am I looking at here? Is this a game or a TV series? It looks like it's a game. Okay. Now that's taken care of. And obviously he goes over to Earth and finds them. Now, at this point, when he does arrive on Earth, King Kai will have explained things to Vegeta and probably to Goku as well, and Vegeta will do his best to keep Goku in line. Goku has trained some time for a little while with Super Saiyan 4, is able to go into it regularly and use Kaioken on top of it. So Beerus comes into play. There is no Buu. Let's keep that in mind. There is no Buu. So Beerus comes into play. Vegeta is keeping Goku at bay from trying to challenge Beerus. Eventually, though, things go awry. Not because of the pudding. Maybe Goku ends up fighting Beerus for the pudding or something like that. But Beerus eventually gets fed up and is asking where the Super Saiyan God is. And, one thing leads to another, and people end up fighting him. Particularly Goku ends up taking on Beerus. And that goes initially about as well as it does in the canon with Super Saiyan 1 and 2. However, after he goes to Super Saiyan 2, he goes, I guess I'm going to have to go full power again. So he's like, oh yes, go ahead and try. And Goku powers up to Super Saiyan 4. And now, let's be clear. The jump from Super Saiyan 2 to 4 is far more drastic than Super Saiyan 2 to 3. And that just broke. I'm going to have to do something about that. From Super Saiyan 2 to 3. Because Super Saiyan 4 or 3 to 2 or 2 to 3 is 4 times greater than 2. But then you add a multiplier of supposedly 10 onto that with Super Saiyan 4, and you're looking at a multiplier of something more along the lines of 20 times, I think. So, yeah, or 40 times actually. Let me think about that real quick. 100 times, it's 40 times. So I think Beerus and even Whis and Beerus would both be taken back by the fact that Goku is just that strong. Like, Beerus can still handle Goku without a problem. But now Goku's approaching a power level that is enough that Beerus actually has to put at least a minimal amount of effort into to keep up to counter Goku. And he does. He's actually blocking Goku instead of just straight out dodging him. He's actually taking Goku mildly seriously because of the amount of power he actually displays. Like, I must say, Saiyan, I am impressed, but is this all you can really do? And then Goku's just like, no, I got one other thing I can do. It's like, yeah, show me all your power, Saiyan. And then Goku just pulls on a Kaioken. Granted, I don't think we'll see a Kaioken times 20 with Goku for some time again, due to Super Saiyan 4 being that powerful. But again, you can make the argument that with Super Saiyan Blue, he can put the Kaioken times 20. It just took a long time to do so. So, sorry, I get distractions. Okay, focus here. So, Goku would put on the Kaioken many times, and again, surprise Beerus, and actually gets a legitimate shot in on Beerus. Boom! Beerus momentarily is a little stunned, and Goku again kind of just, as he takes advantage of Beerus being stunned, just Boo Boo just gut checks him. Just basically, it's the Vegeta moment that he has against Spears, but ultimately it ultimately is not quite the same. Like, he's not raging out against him. He's just basically knocking his ass out and actually, decks him to the ground. But ultimately, Beers just gets up. It's like, well, I must admit that was quite impressive, Saiyan. Just not even spitting and not even blood. He's got like a little bit of smudge and like, no, it's my turn. And then he proceeds to immediately whip Goku's ass. And then you pretty much get how it goes from there. The Super Saiyan, they talk to Shenron, Super Saiyan God, and that pretty much goes about the same. Resurrection F also would probably go about the same. We wouldn't see any sort of blend of Super Saiyan God energy with Super Saiyan 4 at this time. We cut to so Resurrection F, that goes the same. The Frieza Saga, or Universe 6 tournament, they would probably end up getting bring like 16 or someone into the fray on this. They'd probably bring someone else into the fray. Maybe they'll get 17 to participate. And they'd have the full participation. Ultimately, nothing serious would change, even with an extra combatant. Goku would still be, pulling off the Kaioken and things along those lines, Super Saiyan Blue, all that. And it goes, roughly speaking, about the same. Cut over to the Goku Black arc. Now, at this point, the amount of time Goku has been training and everything along those lines, things change up a bit, I feel. Should note that at this point in time, I don't see Gohan getting Super Saiyan God. It just doesn't make sense because he's not training with Whis and Beerus. Goku would have to be training him to do that, and even then, I don't know if Gohan would have the time because he would be busy with his own life, his own family, all that. So with the Goku Black stuff, I always kind of go with the fact that because we have multiple timelines, universes, the Goku Black we get is not a Goku Black that has a tail or anything like that. It's just the Goku we get from the canon, from the anime. So, one second. Basically, when he shows up, and Trunks has no idea that Goku's gotten so strong. Goku and him go do that spar, and then he even shows out Super Saiyan 3 that he can do it. He just doesn't normally. And, he's astounded by this. The fight between him and Black go about the same. And then it goes to the future for the first time. The Vegeta Black fight goes about the same. Goku and Black square off initially, and that goes roughly speaking about the same. But Goku's a little stronger, and then Zamasu comes into the fray, and then Goku shows off that he can train. After a while, kind of being tag team and being overwhelmed, Goku does. It's like, get to the time machine, go! Basically telling Trunks and Vegeta to get out of here. It transforms into Oozaru as Super Saiyan Blue, something he's not used to at this point, so he can't handle it for very long. But he's a Super Saiyan Blue Oozaru, which is putting another 10 times multiplier on there, which they were not expecting. And they start he starts bashing them around, even not crippling Goku Black, but definitely causing a severe amount of damage and injury to Goku Black. Where here's Goku Black just smashes him to the ground before he blasts Zamasu and powers down enough that he's almost completely wiped out. And they would get to pass for the first round of fighting. After the first round of fighting, Goku Black is severely hurt, but he eventually will recover and get a Zenkai, unfortunately. Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks get back there, get taught the Mafuba. They go back a second time. And the fight goes down again. Now, again, they destroy the time machine, everything along those lines. So, how does this fight ultimately end? Basically, you'll get a lot of the repeat again. Goku probably learns the Mafuba and then spends some time training once again. Excuse me 1 second. Anyway. So, again, you'll get merged Zamasu. Goku tries goes Blue Oozaru again, but ultimately it's not enough to take on Zamasu as he is. So then he decides to truly pump it up to the next level and to put a Kaioken on top of that. Um, Again, because because the God energy is so different, it's not something that he would immediately try to put Super Saiyan 4 into. At least I would think so. At least not in this version anyway. So he again pulls a Kaioken on top of that and goes toe to toe with him, but again is just too tired out and too wiped out. Well, not at that point. He's able to completely bash into Zamasu. You see Zamasu gets that gooey half on him, but he's just wiped out. They give him a sense of being. You get Vegito again. Vegito has a tail. Vegito actually goes Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken on top of it, and again wails on Zamasu. But Zamasu technically is still immortal, so it goes about the same. But Zamasu's in worse condition. And then it pretty much ends the same way, where they summon a Zeno and they wipe out Zamasu. So you cut to tournament power. It's going to be the same lineup minus Majin Buu. So the question is, who do they get to have on the roster besides Buu? Excuse me. Whew. Well, I believe we've established 16 is alive in this version. So 16 probably would be the substitute. They probably actually wouldn't get Frieza, which does change things up a little bit. You'll have 16 actually be more systematic than even Frieza. Frieza toyed with individuals. 16 would just be systematic in beating up individuals in the tournament. So you'd actually probably have a lot quicker eliminations with Frieza instead of the constant playing around. Plus, because 16 is an actual android, even though he can't improve naturally, he can be upgraded. So I'd imagine that Bulma would be upgrading 16 to handle the upcoming fight. So you would see a more powerful 16. Then when the actual tournament happens, most of it goes down the same up until we get to the Goku versus Jiren fight. Now, excuse me. At this point, Goku is just probably has at this point not perfected, but at least accessed. We'll call it Super Saiyan God Primal. That's always the term I like to use. It's a cool sounding term. So he'll go toe to toe with Jiren. It goes really about the same up until he tries the Kaioken Blue times 20 Blue on Jiren. He's barely able to tag Jiren. Remember, Goku, despite the fact Jiren was owning him that entire fight, still managed to tag Jiren at least once and throw Jiren off, or surprise Jiren when he tried to blast him. So, and sorry, it was American Dad, and it was a Christmas episode of American Dad. So I imagine afterwards he realizes he can't. It's like, is this the best you have, or whatever? It's like, go all out, or something or other. It's like, I guess I have no choice, Jiren. I gotta try this out for the first time. And then he just starts powering up, goes to Blue, but immediately starts powering up even further. And even Jiren's sensing his power, something's off with this power. Like, wait, what? And Jiren's now actually giving him a serious look. And then he goes full on Super Saiyan God Primal, which is basically Super Saiyan 4, but with red hair. Remember, the Super Saiyan Blue comes about because you're mixing the red hair of the God form with the yellow hair of the normal Super Saiyan, which naturally results in blue. I mean, it's not like yellow and red make orange or anything like that. So, then again, Goku's outfit's orange, so that would probably look terrible. Although, I am wondering what orange hair would look like on those guys. Anyway, so Goku powers up all the way to Super Saiyan Primal at this point, which power-wise, I think at minimum would be the equivalent of Kaioken times 20 Goku, but then Goku would know Blue Goku, which Goku would probably know this. And then he pumps up the Kaioken again, and then bum rushes Jiren, who isn't quite prepared for that. And then I think he puts a Kaioken times 10. I think he'd be hesitant at times 20 with this amount of power, but he would still probably do it if he had to. And does get a good solid hit on Jiren, just boom! And Jiren does like, Ugh! Goes back a little bit, and then they go toe-to-toe again for some time. But now Goku's actually faring all right against Jiren. He's still not really winning, but he's actually getting a couple solid shots in on Jiren now. He's able to hold his own. He then pumps up the Kaioken times 20, and actually at this point now Jiren actually has to put some serious effort in. Because let's be clear, Jiren could easily handle easily. He was not having too much difficulty with Goku at Super Saiyan Blue times Kaioken 20. but he still was wary of Goku's power. Now Goku's base is that, but then you multiply that by 10. That's essentially now a Kaioken times what? Times 200? Am I getting that right? No, that'd be Kaioken times 200 at that point for equivalency power wise. So yeah, at that point now Jiren actually is having to struggle with Goku. When Goku's now pulling off the full Kaioken times 20, these two are now just starting to boom go toe to toe. Jiren is actually having to put legitimate effort into Goku. But Goku, he's getting pushed to his limits here. This is something he cannot keep doing. But he's doing everything, and he's getting solid hits on Jiren. He's actually dishing out damage to Jiren now. Jiren just finally Goku's suddenly though tired out, and Jiren puts him down. Goku then tries the Spirit Bomb, and that goes basically about the same, where he goes all the way to Kaioken, Super Saiyan Primal God, or Super Saiyan God Primal, Kaioken's it, and Jiren actually has to really struggle with it, and it again blows up. By this time, Jiren I think gets partially caught in the blast, and again is semi-injured. Jiren's not evil though, so that I don't think the Spirit Bomb really would hurt him that much, but I think it would hurt him. And Jiren, let's be clear, Jiren is actually hurt and injured after this. Like he's still technically the strongest guy in the tournament right now, but he's vulnerable at the moment to the right opponent. And Goku, he's kind of he's not like that serious deep breathing, huffing and puffing, just. But he's like, he's catching his breath just like that. And you can see his ear horn's been scuffed up a bit. He's actually got, a bit of a bruise on his cheek, a scrape here. So he's actually just, and even Topo and, oh God, what was the other one? The rabbit, the purple rabbit. Oh God, what was his name? Dispo and Belmod or Bermude. Or Belmood, whatever name you want to go with, is looking like, dear Lord. And then Goku, all of a sudden, you hear the, you hear that music, and you see Ultra Instinct Goku is popped up. At least Ultra Instinct Omen. And again, they go toe to toe. Now remember, Goku's offense is not as strong the first time he used it, or even the second time he used it. But his defense is second to none. But you also have a more tired out Jiren at this point, who is not prepared for this, and he's honestly given Jiren a serious problem at the moment because Jiren's now hurt and a little tired. So now he's able to go toe to toe with Jiren again. So this time he's getting some solid shots in. Absolutely. Like remember, he actually got a solid knee into his gut the first time. So they fought. In Ultra Instinct. But again, it ends the same, where Jiren kind of gets rid of Goku. I do believe like Gohan or someone comes and gives Goku some energy, and most of that plays out the same afterwards, where you have Goku basically recovering. Jiren also going back. Jiren also though has to block hit, and he's barely able to block hit, and he hits, does the attack, and it does hurt his hand. So Jiren is now dealing with Hit, who he can generally handle, but Hit's definitely now got a bit of an edge because he's a fresh fighter comparatively. Hit's getting some more solid hits in, pun intended, I guess. And then he does time gauge, and at this point, the time gauge lasts a lot longer on Jiren because Jiren's just more tired out. But Jiren also hasn't used full power either, so he actually has to flex his real power and does eventually break the time gauge. And then Hit does get eliminated. But Jiren is at this point actually needs some time to rest. So that's partly what the meditation is also going to be, where he's focusing and resting. More or less everything goes about the same at this point. I think 16 is the one that gets knocked out instead of 18, though. So you get a tag team at 18 and 17 versus Topo instead. I believe Gohan and Dispo would be duking out, and I do believe Gohan is sacrificed himself to take out Dispo. It doesn't work quite the same without Frieza, but I think it still works out that the same. Then you get 18, 17, and Goku and Vegeta versus Frieza. I think 17 does sacrifice himself. 18 is able to stay in long enough to help them out, give them some energy, and then they basically have to part ways at that point. Vegeta gets knocked out. Goku goes Ultra Instinct again. Actually, I imagine Goku would go Super Saiyan God Primal again because he's got some recovered energy. And again, Jiren's at this point, Jiren's tired. Jiren would be now he's flexing his full power at this point, no doubt, or close to it anyway. Um, but he's still tired as hell comparatively to what he is in the canon. So Goku and him are now just having a straight out brawl, like martial arts, mind you, but brawl. Just boom, 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 boom. They're both giving body shots. They have a gut punch, liver punch, kidney punch, just crack to the draw. This is a drawn out bar fest at this point here. And at this point, it is just Goku and Jiren. It is whoever is going to win this fight ultimately. And again, Jiren ultimately does, knock Goku down, but Goku, all of a sudden the Ultra, that Goku, Son Goku, go Kakaroto. Then you hear the and then you got the Ultra Instinct Omen again, and he just delivers that gut check to Jiren. This time, though, it actually sends him flying. He's able to catch himself. Just and then they go again, but now Goku can't be freaking hit by Jiren really at all, and Jiren's now just tiring himself out. And then eventually it goes down to the wire. Goku activates Mastered Ultra Instinct, and at that point he owns Jiren and does knock him out. And this does end with Goku ultimately winning the tournament. Now, is Goku smart enough to wish for all the universes to come back? I think he is. I think, despite how Goku is portrayed in Super, and he is portrayed a bit dumber than he is in Dragon Ball Z, or a bit more, no, that's the best way to say it. He's portrayed a bit dumber. I do believe that he is smart enough to wish for that. So ultimately, universes come back, everyone's happy, and they go about their days until the Broly movie. So that's where we're gonna end this. It does seem a little rushed. Maybe, but I felt it was a good time to wrap this one up going into the week of What If, so I don't have this one hanging around. Until then, though, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. Do a review of it at some point. Idea for who would win, Star Wars, superhero, magic, what if, anything I do on the channel. Put in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to it at some point. So I have to change what I said. Mary Poppins might be Wednesday, because that's when it actually comes out. But there isn't, as far as I can tell, there's no pre-screening for it on Tuesday. What ifs throughout the week? Who would win throughout the week? There is no death battle prediction, despite the fact that the death battle for Thanos versus Darkseid comes out this week. We'll have to wait for our next season, I guess. There'll be plenty of reviews out this week, and it's going to be a pretty hectic week for my schedule, but I'll do the best I can, as I always do. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And remember, we're getting closer to the holidays, so happy holidays. And Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Have a good night, folks, and thanks for watching.